Spiritual awakening is a concept that has been gaining momentum in recent years, and for good reason. It's a journey of self-discovery, growth, and transformation that has the potential to change your life in profound ways. But what most people don't realize is that there are certain phases to this journey that can be incredibly challenging, and often, they're the ones that get glossed over or ignored altogether. That's what I want to talk about today. When it comes to spiritual awakening, people often have very high expectations. They think it's all about feeling good, being positive, and experiencing a sense of oneness with the universe. But the reality is, spiritual awakening can be messy, confusing, and downright uncomfortable at times. One of the biggest challenges people face is the feeling of being disconnected from their old life, but not quite sure how to navigate their new one. It's like being in a liminal space, where you're not quite sure who you are or where you're going. Another misconception is that spiritual awakening is a destination, when in reality, it's a journey. People think that once they've had a profound experience, or reached a certain level of consciousness, they're done. But the truth is, spiritual awakening is an ongoing process that requires continuous effort, dedication, and self-reflection. This can be difficult for people to accept, especially if they're not seeing the results they want as quickly as they want them. Many people also struggle with the idea that spiritual awakening is only for the select few, those who are somehow more enlightened or spiritual than others. But the truth is, spiritual awakening is available to anyone who's willing to do the work. It's not about being special or gifted. It's about being open, honest, and willing to confront your deepest fears and desires. Let's dive into the 7 phases of spiritual awakening that most people don't talk about. The first phase is the initial awakening, where you start to feel a sense of discomfort or discontent with your current life. This can manifest in different ways, such as feeling restless, anxious, or just plain unhappy. The second phase is the search for answers, where you start to seek out new knowledge, teachers, and practices to help you understand what's going on. The third phase is the awakening of the heart, where you start to feel a sense of compassion, empathy, and connection to others. This can be an incredibly beautiful phase, but it can also be overwhelming, especially if you're not used to feeling emotions so deeply. The fourth phase is the release of the old self, where you start to let go of your old identity, habits, and patterns of behavior. The fifth phase is the integration of the new self, where you start to embody your newfound awareness and integrate it into your daily life. This can be a challenging phase, as it requires a lot of self-reflection, discipline, and patience. The sixth phase is the transcendence of the ego, where you start to see beyond the limitations of your ego and connect with something greater than yourself. The seventh and final phase is the embodiment of higher consciousness, where you start to live from a place of love, compassion, and wisdom. This is the phase that most people strive for, but few actually achieve, because it requires a deep level of commitment, discipline, and self-awareness. One of the most impactful phases of spiritual awakening is the release of the old self. This is the phase where you start to let go of your old identity, habits, and patterns of behavior that no longer serve you. This can be a difficult phase, because it requires you to confront your deepest fears and desires, and let go of everything that's familiar to you. This phase is often accompanied by feelings of anxiety, confusion, and uncertainty, because you're not quite sure who you are or where you're going. But it's also an incredibly liberating phase, because you're free to create a new identity, one that's based on your highest values, passions, and desires. In this phase, you'll likely experience a range of emotions, from excitement and anticipation to fear and uncertainty. You may also experience physical symptoms, such as headaches, fatigue, or insomnia, as your body adjusts to the new energies and frequencies that are coming in. As you release the old self, you'll start to see the world in a new light. You'll start to notice patterns and habits that no longer serve you, and you'll start to take action to change them. This can be a challenging process, but it's also an incredibly empowering one, because you're taking control of your life, and creating the reality that you want. The 7 phases of spiritual awakening are a journey, not a destination. They're a process of growth, transformation, and self-discovery that requires patience, dedication, and self-awareness. But if you're willing to do the work, the rewards can be profound. Thanks for watching, and I'd love to hear about your own experiences with spiritual awakening in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe for more enlightening content, and let's keep exploring the mysteries of the universe together.